Coming up on Mountain News at 5:30, with some snow already on the ground and more on the way, we take a look at what road crews throughout Kentucky are doing to prepare. And one Eastern Kentucky woman gets the keys to her new home after being affected by 2 floods in less than 3 years.
And get ready for an active evening. Details coming up right now.
Dedicated to Southern and Eastern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 5:30.
Good evening, I'm Steve Hensley. We are just hours away from what could be the biggest snowfall of the season so far. Just how much are we talking? Meteorologist Eric Dean has the latest on this First Alert Weather Day.
All right, so here's a look at the winter weather advisory in effect for the majority of the WYMT viewing area. This goes into effect at 7 p.m. and lasts until tomorrow morning. Just to the north and the northwest of us, the area right here shaded in pink, that is a winter storm warning. Would not surprise me to see a couple of our counties, especially Rowan and Menifee County, under that winter storm warning later on. But right now, the area shaded in purple is that winter weather advisory. All is quiet right now on live pinpoint Doppler radar, but it is knocking on our doorstep. You can see here over the past few hours how the western portion and the central portion of the Commonwealth is getting in on that snowfall. Temperatures right now in the upper 20s and low 30s. That feels like temperature in the mid to upper 20s. If you have plans tonight, make sure you have that WYMT First Alert weather app on your device. We're going to see that cloudy sky until we get to about that 10, 11 o'clock time frame. That's when the snow chances will start to pick up. Now, coming up in the First Alert forecast, we're going to time out the latest with Future View. We're going to give you the latest snowfall totals. Plus, we're going to look ahead at Saturday night and Sunday's event, and we'll go over those snowfall totals as well. That's all coming up in the First Alert forecast in a few minutes. Steve.
All right, Eric, thank you. It could be a busy couple of days for road crews. Crews in Boyle County say they are ready for several inches of snow. WYMT's Phil Pendleton talked to them today.
Plenty of salt to go around.
We have 400 plus ton on hand right now.
But it's not even mid-December yet.
It is what it is. You can't control the weather. Yeah, it's been interesting so far.
An 8-man crew will be prepared to jump in these trucks and be ready as soon as the weather turns bad, and they'll stick it out until the snow stops.
We do not have the luxury of shifting out, so we come out and we're out till we're done.
Boyle County has about 200 miles of county roads that these county crews will focus on. The city of Danville has their own streets and their own road department, as the state does, as the state will focus on the numbered routes. Basically, if you have a green road sign, you're covered by the county. Blue means the city clears it, and for a numbered highway, it's the state.
If you don't know who takes care of your route, you know, whether it be state, county, city, that's something, a way that you can figure that out.
They'll all be out working when it may not be safe for the rest of us.
I feel like that I'm helping make a small difference in where I live and helping.
Drivers say just give them more room for their safety and yours. In Boyle County, Phil Pendleton, WYMT Mountain News.
Officials say they have pre-treated a lot of roads, but will work the event from start to finish once the snow starts becoming a problem. In Laurel County, one man was taken to jail after he was found with a rifle while being under the influence. Police were called to Kentucky 1376 on Tuesday when they received a call about a possible drunk driver. When they came across Rob Gilbert, they say he was slurring his speech and that his breath smelled of alcohol. They say he also had a rifle in his car. He was taken to the Laurel County Correctional Center. The suspect in Tuesday's deadly Kentucky State University shooting had his first court hearing today. Jacob Lee Bard is charged with murder and assault. We are told he is the father of 2 KSU students. During the hearing, the judge ordered a $1 million cash bond. A preliminary hearing is set for next Tuesday. Kentucky's first medical cannabis product is about to hit shelves for the first time this weekend. Governor Andy Beshear made that announcement during today's Team Kentucky update. The products that will be available were grown by Farm Tucky, making them the first licensed cultivators to get medical cannabis on the market. While products are only available to Kentuckians who have a medical cannabis card, the governor anticipates the dispensary's supply will run out quickly.
So as a reminder, this Saturday will be the first day that medical cannabis is available. 2 patients that are certified, but there will be a limited supply that we expect to run out on Saturday. But this shows certainly what's coming and is a big mark that we have now hit in this program.
The Post dispensary is scheduled to be open from 10 a.m. until 6 or until supplies run out. More products will be sent to dispensaries as cultivators get running up to full capacity. The man accused of assassinating political activist Charlie Kirk made his first appearance in person in court today. Tyler Robinson was charged with aggravated murder in the death of Kirk. The hearing addressed 3 issues, including the audio and transcript from a closed hearing in October and a motion for limited intervention filed by media organizations. The shooting happened back in September when Kirk was addressing an audience on the campus of Utah Valley University. A federal judge in Maryland has ordered the immediate release of Kilmar Abrego Garcia from ICE custody. Garcia was mistakenly deported to El Salvador in March, but was later brought back to the U.S. to face human smuggling charges. Since then, the Trump administration has struggled to find a new country for him. Recently, they said they intended to deport him to Liberia. A Homeland Security spokesperson called the judge's order, quote, naked judicial activism, and said the department would fight it in court. Georgia Senator Raphael Warnock says Democrats can turn the country around if they win the midterm elections, but they need to focus on improving Americans' lives. He says the American dream is slipping away. The Georgia lawmaker says housing is a key component to making the country more affordable, and he believes the federal government should play a larger role in that process.
Local governments want federal money to build roads. Those roads had better lead to homes. And if they won't build, the federal government has built homes before. It could put shovels in the ground again today, building and selling homes directly to Americans at a lower cost.
The Georgia Democrat says the federal government should also play a stronger role in cutting health care costs, especially when it comes to insurance. He also adds Democrats need to create a system where people feel success is attainable. Well, the effort to keep health care affordable flatlined on Capitol Hill today. Both the Democrat and Republican solutions failed to garner 60 votes. The Democrats' plan would have extended expiring subsidies for 3 years. The Republican version focused on bolstering health care savings accounts. Neither survived, and the finger pointing has already begun.
Senate Republicans just shoved the American people off the side of a cliff with no parachute and with an anchor tied to their feet.
Chuck Schumer is not sincerely interested in lowering health care costs for the American people. He's putting this vote on the floor knowing that it will fail so he can have another talking point that he can throw around.
This is an especially bitter defeat for Democrats who held the line for 43 days through the government shutdown with the objective of extending credits. With no solution in sight, those subsidies are set to expire December 31st. New mortgage-free homes are taking shape on Chestnut Ridge in Knott County thanks to the Appalachia Service Project. More than 3 years after the 2022 flood, ASP says their work is far from over. WYMT's Caroline Mueller shows us how today's dedication marked a new start for one local mother.
On a cold December morning, dozens gathered on a hillside in Knott County, celebrating a moment years in the making, as ASP handed a set of keys to flood survivor Heather Dyer.
Today is not about us. It's about you, Heather.
Dyer says recovering from both the 2022 flood and this year's February flood has been a challenge, especially while raising her children and searching for safe housing.
I got a 20-year-old, 19-year-old, 16-year-old, and a set of twins. That's 11.
Her biggest hope now, to be settled in before the holidays.
I want in here before Christmas. This bed, big nice bed.
ASP leaders say dedications like this show why long-term recovery is still important and why they celebrate each step forward.
Every step of progress that we can help facilitate for them is worth celebrating.
ASP also prioritizes housing security for families still working to regain stability after repeated disasters.
For us, these homes are a gift of grace, especially the survivors of 2022 and even flooding earlier this year. They've been through so much. They've had their world turned upside down.
And as more families begin their lives on higher ground, ASP says their message is simple.
None of us are going anywhere, and we are here. We are going to remain here.
For Heather, the day is more than a key handoff. It is the first time since the floods that having a safe, stable home feels within reach.
I love it.
In Knott County, Caroline Mueller, WYMT Mountain News.
ASP says they are able to build faster in Chestnut Ridge thanks to partnerships with other housing groups, including HDA, Homes Inc., and Samaritan's Purse, all working to help more families move to higher ground. Coming up on Mountain News at 5:30, one major university is looking for a new football coach. We'll tell you why.
And the snow is knocking on our doorstep. We'll time everything out coming up.